Black Light. We still on the subject of propaganda. I hope to make myself clear on this go around. So here we go. Just remember that the Creator has a master plan. And before we get started on this session of talking about the science of propaganda, I'd like to give a holla holla and say peace and well-being to all the civilized brothers and sisters, melanated, and peace and blessings to the uncivilized. So what we have on YouTube with Pharaoh and other brothers outside of Pharaoh and set in. See, we have a continuation of divide and conquer, see, using this new technology, YouTube, and you got Facebook. But out of all of those other, I don't know what you call them, sites or whatever, YouTube is the most effective because it's like you your own television producer. You know, you don't, but you don't have commercials, and see, you don't have white people backing you, and but you do have white people that will pay you to use negative propaganda or adverse propaganda. Negative propaganda is lies, you know. And all you're doing is, when you say propaganda, you just promoting and programming your cause into the minds of the people on a daily basis. See, because the Caucasian, he programs your mind 24 hours, man. Look at all these television stations that he got, television programs that he got. Everywhere you go, on satellite TV, on cable TV, you know, digital TV. You know, he got all these programs promoting his self and his mind. So we're dealing right now, we having a mental warfare. A mental warfare, not a spiritual warfare, but a mental warfare would be the more appropriate word for what we're doing. A mental warfare. And propaganda, the way you present it is what's really happening, nowadays. So we got the 85%. Some of them are neutral, but the majority of them are against activist groups or revolutionary groups. They don't feel like you should knock this system. And what's the reason for that? Well, they are scared, but it's been a long time since they felt the whip, the real actual whip of the slave master. But he has a new, more effective whip called money. The other effective whip is just plain cowardliness. He shows his power. He shows his might. He shows you what kind of weapons he got, how many ways he can kill you if you get out of line. He's got 1,000 different kind of armies, 1,000 different kind of armies. He got in his military. He got the Marines, the CIA, the FBI, the local police, the traffic cop, the Border Patrol, Homeland Security. Man, he got a bunch of different, because that's he covering every kind of way to keep you locked down. He got almost all the bases covered. Because you're no longer like a eagle. You're more like a chicken with clipped wings. So every now and then he make an example out of us by killing us up some kind of way. Because he don't want to kill. I don't think he want to take all of us out at one time, because he want to still use us to do his menial work, And we don't have enough sense, like the Mexicans. They got sense, man. They'll do that menial stuff, and so we are the majority of us, the 85% of us, the majority of the 85%, they are like a herd, herd mentality, sheep-like mentality, see. And of course, they don't really think, about that too much. I'm talking about the 85%. So I could tell, because the way, my calling is to be a propagandist, and I propagate, or I'm the one that has a different way of doing things and a different way of talking from most of your teachers. And a different view, since I'm up here in Detroit, see. And if you study the way Detroit is or was, you see we was at the forefront of black consciousness. And so we let the Caucasian slip in on us. So we sometimes, I miss talk, I miss my steps in trying to deliver this to you. But some of you get what I'm saying. But I know that when I started doing this, I wasn't gonna have people rushing, rushing my what you call this, a site, rushing this channel, rushing my channel. I started off with my grandson and not planting seeds in the garden. I'm showing him how to survive on this planet, just in case the Caucasian decides to act strange. Everybody talking about the Caucasian time is up, but no one telling you what's your alternative for survival. Unless you get with this guy, get with that guy, So long as they talking like that, you can be divided. Because money plays a big part in the propaganda machine. And no one tells you the real way to use money. But Elijah was sent, for example, to show you back in the 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, to show you how to call a white man what he is, a devil, and build up a multi-million-dollar operation. But because the brothers did not get it, and I wasn't with the nation then, it wasn't meant for me to be with them then. What the brothers didn't get was that they were supposed to pick up the ball, pick up the flag, and push it to another level. It's damn near too late for it to get turned up, as y'all say. But I think I see an opening for us. Like when you boxing, and like Rocky, when Apollo Creed was kicking Rocky's ass, well, Rocky was a propaganda series too. Because Apollo was supposed to be Ali. Ali is a representative of Elijah. And so Apollo had Rocky against the rope several times. And then all of a sudden, Rocky seen an opening and took the championship from Apollo Creed. Then Apollo Creed started teaching Rocky new techniques so he won't get beat up too bad. Well, this is what I see about us. We've been up against the ropes all this time. But I see an opening. I see an opening using this weapon called propaganda. So we're going to close out with that. And from time to time, we're going to go into the science of propaganda. But right now, I'd like to say peace and well-being till the next time we meet on YouTube. It's Black Light 1.